Welcome to Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens game. Game day news, game preview, and the Guess the Score contest. Come join the chat and let's talk hockey. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. We have the first ever appearance of the Seattle Kraken at the Bell Center, and that is tonight as the Kraken take on the Habs. Montreal's first game back after a 4-game road trip, I believe, and it is going to be to a full capacity crowd. Yes, it will. So I imagine Montreal will draw some energy from that. So yeah, it's going to be the first time since mid-December, I think, since they were full capacity, and that's interesting. We have some other game day news. I have a game preview for you guys, and as always, guess the score contest. If you guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game for either team, doesn't matter which team you pick the guy from, you can win $10 directly into your bank account via Interac. All right, so leave the guesses in the chat. And you got to leave your guesses in the chat in the pregame because it shuts off once the pregame show is done. Let's see, what else do I have? Let's go see who's here. How about that? Daryl Adams got 5-3 Habs and Suzuki. Hey, Daryl. Any word on if Price will soon play or Allen? Allen is practicing with the team. He won't play today or tomorrow. He is practicing with the team, so I imagine I haven't heard officially a timeline, but I think I've got some news on that, though, coming up. So have a little patience. Bye-bye. How's it going, buddy? 4-2 Edmondson getting the first goal, so he's kind of breaking that. Joel Edmondson makes his season debut tonight, on the third pairing to start anyway with Weidman, and we'll see if either he works his way up during the game or he stays there just as he's getting into game shape. Oh, yeah, that's another. Baby, well, you're breaking everything. What Baby is saying there is his second comment. Former Hab, yes, very cook and yummy. Now, he agrees in principle, so this isn't a signed deal because they can't sign anything till the trade deadline, the 21st, apparently. So it's an agreement in principle, but, I mean, he's essentially signed this deal. An 8-year extension at... I think 4.25 to 4.5 million. I don't know why they can't nail that down. There's got to be an average there, but yeah, so I think it's 39.8 million or something total. So KK is going to stay Carolina Hurricane for a very long time unless they trade him away. Let's see who else is there. Drake, hey Drake, 6-1 Habs. Caulfield, 6-1 Habs over. Yeah, the Kraken, I mean, they're not very good. I think right now they are 1-7-2 in their last 10 games. The Coyotes have passed the Kraken in the standings, so we'll see. 6-1 Habs, yeah, why not? Hey Ryan, I'm feeling okay today. It's it's up and down, but I mean, game days are usually. The show must go on anyway. Let's put it that way. It's been a pretty good day, actually. Not a problem. 5-4, Habs, Anderson. Jason Rose, haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you. 3-2, Habs, Caulfield, first goal. Mr. Bosifas. 4-1, Habs, Suzuki with the first one. Drake says 4.8. I don't know if it's 4.8. Anyway, whatever. It's in the 4 point something million for 8 years. Good for him. He's playing on the fourth line. That's a lot of money for a fourth liner. That's all I can say. That's their business. And, good on KK for cashing in. The thing is, he's locked in now for a long time. I mean, if his career takes off all of a sudden and he's starting to put up the points, he's locked in at that. So I mean, it might turn out to be a really good deal for Carolina. It might turn out to be just an okay deal, or it might turn out to be a really bad contract, depending on KK. Hockey fan guy, hey, Dixon, 4-2 Montreal, Pitlick with the first one. I really like Rem Pitlick. Bye-bye, still an overpay for what he's worth. Definitely at the moment. I mean, they're paying him, I imagine they're paying him partly because of the previous contract, right? So the offer had to be a certain amount. Or they spread it out, over a long term, and they can bring it down. So that's what they did. They're paying him for the future if he produces. Will he? I mean, it's still out. Who knows? It's a lot of money for a fourth liner if he works his way up and he becomes a much better player than producer. Let's put it that way, of point producer. It'll be worth it. It's an overpayment right now. KK must have a good agent. I don't know who he is. Is that Darren Farris probably, or something like that? Which would, if it is, that's Kent Hughes' ex-firm. That was one of his partners. They figured in the next 2 years they will lose their number 2 and 3 centers, so he will be number 2. But will he be good enough? Because listen, maybe either way, he'll either be number 2 because he's good enough, or he'll be number 2 because he's shit, and that's what number 2 is. So I don't know. Either way, I don't know. I think it's a risk, but it's kind of them saying also saving face, not admitting that it was a bad contract they offered him and signed him to. I don't know. Glad that we put that guy in waivers. Oh, there's another one. Cedric Paquette is on waivers. So I doubt anybody will pick him up, but I don't know, maybe. So we'll find out tomorrow at 2, I think. At 2 in the afternoon, we'll find out. That's Eastern time, if he got picked up or not. I might as well give the last, 2 things here. Cole Caulfield is the Molson Cup winner for February. Cole Caulfield. So that's for first, second, third stars. Whoever has the most points. If they get the cup for the month, he's got the cup for February. And the last thing was, I'm going to have some injury updates on Price, Dvorak, a couple other guys. So just give me a minute. Hey, Kenny B, how's it going? KK's agent is Marcus Lido. Well, we'll see if it's a good deal. I don't know. It might be a good deal for Carolina, but it might just be a good deal. Listen, if he's a fourth liner and that's what he is the whole 8 years, it's a great deal for him. Good money for a fourth liner. If he works his way up to a legitimate second line center, then that's a great deal for Carolina. Time will tell. Time will tell. Exactly, baby. Think Tampa will pick up Paquette? I actually saw something out there, not official, just I guess a fan, encouraging his team to pick Paquette up on waivers. I hope they do. Makes a room that's an extra contract, so there's space that we need for the trade deadline, and frees up a little bit of money, not a lot. That's so Edmondson can play? No, actually, that's not it. Rebecca, no. Baby said that. That is taken care of by Cale Clegg. Cale Clegg was put on the IR. I don't have that here, but I saw that. I think John Liu or somebody saying that, so it's a legitimate source. So Cale Clegg is on the IR. That's opens up the spot for Edmondson. Rebecca, what's my score prediction for tonight? I haven't done it, so let me do this on the fly. 5-2 Montreal. Who do I want having the score? I'm going to say, the guy that I got on the thumbnail. I'm going to give Mike Hoffman the first goal. There you go. Easy peasy. 5-2 Montreal, Hoffman with the first goal. That's mine. Could be a major overpay, but if he improves, then it's a major underpay. Well, that's it. I mean, it can go either way. So, didn't you put that there? It can go either way. Someone put that there. Time will tell. It's the same thing. Time will tell. Can go either way. It's the same thing, really, right? So, yeah. Kenny has 5-3 Habs, and if you want to win, though, Kenny, you got to give me a goal scorer, the first goal scorer of the game. Eric, full house tonight. Yeah, full house tonight. There will be masks. The mask mandate has not been. Let me put it this way: if it is lifted in Quebec, the Habs are keeping the mandate still in the, from what I understand. So yeah, full house, masks. Vax pass no longer needed here. Was lifted today, so you don't know who you're sitting next to. So anybody saying, hey, you should go? No, not right now. Listen, I'm happy for everybody. Do what you want. I get it. I'm not going to be in crowds like that. But I'm also not going to give people shit for doing what they want at this point. Who's going to listen to me anyway? Right? And I get it. Right? I talked about it in my my state of the channel video, right? So it is what it is. I'm going to be fine through it, and I'm not going to be a grumpy old man screaming at people. I'll try not to be. No, I won't be. Let's see. Kenny says Anderson gets the goal, 2 goals, as a matter of fact. Suzuki 2. And I'm not sure who you're giving that 1 to, because I don't think there's anybody called Lehkonen. No worries, I got it. Lehkonen with 1. Continuing his hot streak. Will the Habs start doing healthy scratches on players? Let me see. Oh, better do the preview soon. I don't know. Will the Habs start doing healthy scratches on players who will be traded at the deadline, so these players won't get hurt before getting traded? Well, there's rumor that Sherratt, they're going to hold him out, but I think with Clegg out like that on the IR, right? So they don't have the extra body. So right now, I don't know how they can, but the rumor is that Sherratt's not going to play another game, but he's in the lineup tonight. So, yeah, we'll see. Hockey Fan Guy 5-2 Habs with Caulfield. All right. Who is in goal tonight? Monty, I believe. Monty in net with Primo backing him up. Monty in net. By the way, just to I'm working on a new video today, so I'll show you. If you haven't seen, because I know I announced the other day the top 5 and top 5 best and top 5's mouth not working today, and top 5 worst. I say that 10 times straight. Trade deadline deals in the Habs history, because it started around 1980. Somewhere around there is when the trade deadline started to be a thing. That's out now. If anyone's wondering, it's later than I said, but it's out now. Look for that, and I should have it out tomorrow, depending on because there's another game tomorrow. Dirty Dozen hot takes for the rest of the season and the off season for me for Montreal. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I'm working on that right now. I got them all. I'm just working on the writing for each one, right? And then I'm going to film it probably tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will look for that. Let's see now. Thank you there, babe. I appreciate that. One of the insiders said that Pittsburgh wants Hoffman and the Leafs want Allen. Yeah. Again, I'm going to be surprised if Montreal helps out the Leafs. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Eric, yeah, it is good to see him finally. Andrew, yeah, I mentioned that Paquette out on going on waivers. But I mean, like, really, is someone going to really pick him up? I don't know. You think Leafs will get Marc-Andre Fleury? Do they have the budget for it? I don't know how. Hey, Filibuster. How's it going, man? F Toronto. That's what I say. And, Again, if you look back on their history, and it doesn't really mean that because of the history they won't do it, but they haven't. They don't help each other out. They may, make minor deals, but they're not. That's a bigger deal, and they're not going to make. I don't believe they're going to change that. But you never know. This is a new management, new direction, outside the box thinking. Maybe they do. I don't know, but their history says no. Daryl 5-3 Suzuki. You got to guess at the top. I read it off. Was it? Do you change it? Anyways, no problem. No worries. News on Price is coming up. Heard he did his list and Toronto is not on it. And that is for, I don't know who we're talking about. Sherratt? Sherratt probably don't have Toronto on it. And right, Sherratt has a no trade clause modified. So he has a list. I don't know that Allen does. If he does, well, they have a list. If Toronto or whatever's not on it, then he's not going there. Monty's in Nets tonight, Daryl. All right, so let's get to, before it's too late, let's get to my preview. Preview time. I got to get a little, it's preview time. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's wrong. All right, so injury update. This is a little blurbs on, let's see what they say. Price will skate this afternoon. That is, he already did that and is making progress, but there's no return date as yet for when he will practice with his teammates. He took shots, not a ton. He took shots from Tyler Pitlick, who was also out there skating as he recovers from, he's injured some way, I don't know. Dvorak, day-to-day, cleared for limited contact as he works his way back into the lineup, or hopefully back to the lineup. Drouin, no return date yet, but he is out there practicing. Also, not limited, but no contact jersey, I imagine. Allen will not play this weekend. That's all they'll say about Allen. He is practicing with the team. He doesn't have to wear a no contact jersey because he's a goalie. And you're not supposed to have much contact with the goalie. So, all right. So this is the game tonight. Seattle making their historical first ever appearance in Montreal. They're 17-37-6 with 40 points, 8th in the Pacific. And look at those numbers for Montreal creeping up. 15-35-7, 37 points, and 8th in the Atlantic. How to watch the game tonight? Start time is 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. In Canada, CBC, where I will be watching it either online or on the TV. I got them both hooked up. Sportsnet East Pacific in English and TVA Sports in French. In the U.S., NHL Network. In the Kraken region, Root Northwest. Streaming, ESPN Plus, NHL Live, Sportsnet Now. I'm going to be streaming it if I have to on cbc.ca. It's free. For every time it's on CBC, they have it there. I also use Sports Surge and NHL 66 for others who want to maybe do that. Last 10 record for these teams, as I said earlier, 1-7-2 record for Seattle on an overtime loss streak of 1. 7-3-0 for Montreal on a one-game losing streak. Previous matchup earlier in the year in Seattle, October 26th, was like 13 days into the season. 5-1 win by Seattle. Was not a fun game to do. Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage. 45.9% for Montreal, 27th. 40. Did I say 45.9 or 49? I don't know what I said. Anyways, 45.9 for Montreal. 49.3% for Seattle, 18th. Goals per game, 2.42. 32nd in the league for Montreal, 2.57, 29th. For Seattle, so they're close that way. Goals against per game, 3.81 for Montreal, 32nd, 3.60 for Seattle, 29th. Once again, not that much difference. Power play percentage, 13.1% for Montreal, 31st, and 14.8% for Seattle, 29th. Again, not much difference. PK percentage, almost the same, 73.6% for Montreal, 29th, and 73.9%. For Seattle, 28th, their head-to-head record, 0-1 is Montreal's, 1-0 is Seattle's, as far as shots on goal goes, shots on goal allowed per game, 28.8 for Seattle, 34.0 for Montreal, and shots on goal per game, 28.5 for Seattle, 29.5 for Montreal. I know they're reversed. They always reverse them. I've checked so many times before that I don't bother anymore because they haven't changed it. Because I did check this year a couple of times and it's still the same. All right, I'm babbling now. Face-offs for Seattle, 47.5%, 27th, and for Montreal, 47.8%, 24th. So yeah, just a little bit better. And there's a team that we're better than. We're starting to see that. Well, actually, there's a few teams because we're in 24th. Goalies. I'm just going to go with Grubauer. I think it is Grubauer. 12, 25, and 5. 3.22 goals against, 8.87 save percentage, and a 1 shutout. Monty. That's Sam Montembeault. 6, 12, and 4. 3.67 goals against, 8.97 save percentage, and 1 shutout. So very comparable numbers to Grubauer. Players to watch over the last 5 games. For Seattle, for points, Blackwell with 6 goals, Wenberg with 3 assists, Yanni Gourde with 4, and Soucy with +3. For Montreal, 4 points, 8 Lehkonen, goals 6 Lehkonen, assists 5 Suzuki, at least not Lehkonen, and ±5, and that is Lehkonen. He's got 3 out of the 4. Lehkonen having the week of his life. That's what it kind of looks like. Team leaders. Goals for Seattle. McCann, 22 goals. Anderson for Montreal, 15 points. McCann, 34 points for Seattle. Suzuki, 40 for Montreal. Time on ice. Average time on ice. Larson for Seattle, 21.54. And he's still unpictured. Don't someone camera broke or something? Like they can't take a picture of Ben Sherratt and put it up there. Ben Sherratt, 23.25. Wins, Grubauer with 12 for Seattle, and Monty for Montreal with 6. Bottom 10. And there's movement. Arizona, not at the bottom. Detroit is 10th. New York Islanders, Chicago, Ottawa, Jersey, Flyers, who are in town tomorrow, and the Sabres, and then Arizona moved up 1. Well, they're tied with Seattle. Played less games, though. I think that's why. And then Montreal still on the bottom. Everybody worried about this streaks that they're on and the winning, and they're still on the bottom, and there's nothing changed, and everything's great. And enjoy the winning. Habs scoring. So now we got a new addition to the top 6. Caulfield has moved up. Mike Hoffman is in there now. So Suzuki leads off with 40 points. Lehkonen tied in goals with Suzuki with 28 points. Toffoli still there with 26, starting to drop down first time that he's moved after being traded. Anderson with 24. Caulfield with 23. Hoffman with 22. And the Kraken, like one team that's worse than us in the top players. Look at that. McCann with 34 leads the way. Eberle with 34. Gourde with 34 points. Yarncroc, 26. Wenberg, 26. And Giordano, who probably is going to move also any day now or by the deadline, with 23. Current line. Seattle's on the road, 7-20-3 as an away record. Montreal's 8-17-1 at home. Versus each other over the last 3 seasons. Well, it's only one season. 1-0-0 for Seattle, 1-0 for Montreal. And the other stuff's not important. Habs lines. Suzuki, Caulfield, Anderson, line 1. Pitlick, Hoffman, Gallagher, line 2. So Pitlick stepping in the center for line 2 as Dauphin is sitting. Evans, Byron, and Lehkonen, line 3. Paling, Pezzetta, Armia, line 4. Pezzetta back in the lineup. Kulak and Petrie, first pairing. Sherratt and Romanov, second pairing. Edmondson and Wideman, third pairing. Like I said earlier, very possible by the end of the game. Petrie and Edmondson are playing again. Although I guess they don't want him to have that kind of ice time in his first game back. Montembeault in nets. Paquette, Dauphin, Clague, and Perreault scratched. Now, Clague says scratched. I heard he was on the IR. Maybe that's not accurate. Hang on, I got a cough. All right. Allen, lower body, but he's practicing with the team. Should be back any game now. Hammond, lower body. I have no word. Dvorak, upper body. Starting to be close. Savard, no word. Drouin, wrist, no word. Price, everyone knows, knee, starting to hopefully get ready. And Pitlick, don't know what's wrong with him. That's Tyler, not Rem. Kraken. McCann, Johansson, and Eberle. Yeah, not a first, second, or maybe a third line, really. That's their first line. Geeky, Schwartz, and Yarncroc. Second line, Gord, Appleton, Blackwell. Third line, Donato, Sheehan, and Lind are the fourth line. Giordano and Susi are the first pairing. Oleksiak and Larson, second pairing. Dunn and Fleury. That's Hayden, not, I can't remember his name now. Kale. Not his brother Kale, who's not there. As the third pairing, Grubauer starting, Drieger backing him up. And Tanev is out, Wenberg is out, and Donskoy out. All right, that is my preview. Let's see what you guys is saying now. Where was I? I'm just going to try to find where I was there. I think that's where I was. 7-2 Habs for Phil. Our Turkey Lehkonen will score first. Why call him a turkey? I don't get that, but yeah, that's fine. Lehkonen with the first goal. I just look at what a turkey. Ryan, even if the Leafs trade for a new goalie, they will still won't play good defense and will blame him for their problems. Anybody see the I guess it was the last game they played against Arizona. They lost in overtime. On the overtime goal, they're racing back to Toronto's net along the boards. Matthews gets held. It's a legitimate penalty, I guess. But what does he do? Instead of skating through it, fighting through it, immediately, look what he's doing to me. Stop skating, and because he stopped skating and stopped fighting through it, they go in and they score because the asshole is skating like, it doesn't mean anything. Are you kidding me? Soft. And they want to say this guy is the best player in the league. The best player in the league doesn't give up on that. Because you're being held a little bit. You're not going to skate? Like, come on. Leafs. Fleury wants to go back to Pittsburgh. Well, we're talking now. We're talking Marc-Andre now. Yeah, I don't. That could be. I don't know. I didn't hear anything like that. But I mean, not sure. I'm sure he doesn't want to stay in Chicago. Will Habs move Weber? Possibly. I think. I think it's like 50-50 if they would. They don't have to because he can stay on the LTIR here. They'll get the cap relief. Phil, like long way away. My plans are this: 50 poems. When I've got 50 poems, then I can think about it. Where am I? Somewhere around a dozen. So it's a long way away. But, it's a goal. I'm going to try to concentrate on doing more of them, though. So more often. So that's my plans. But I appreciate that you're interested. I really do. But yeah, I'm a little ways away from being able to do anything like that. But it's just a matter of putting pen to paper and writing. I'm the kind of writer, as everyone, if you might want to know, you might not. I think a lot about what I'm going to write or whatever, and then I grab a pen, I sit down, and I call it, I vomit out whatever I'm writing, most of it pretty quickly. I don't have to edit very much, like rewrite. And that kind of, like when I write a poem, I don't have to do a lot of, I work it out in my head before I put it on the paper. And it usually comes, so that's how I write. But I'm going to try to make more of an effort to write poetry more often so I can get to that 50. As far as the songs, well, it's hard. I got to find songs that are not copywritten or public domain stuff and that's hard to match it up with what's in my, when it happens, great. But yeah, because I'm not paying like copyright to like, I don't know why the Rolling Stones are in my head, but yeah, if I wanted a Stone song or something, I'm not paying the copyright to put that out here. Besides, they wouldn't let me play the instrumental. So anyways, that's enough. So I'm going to make a conscious effort also to cut back on these during the game. So one for this, and then I'm really going to make a conscious effort. Someone actually sent a comment, and I wasn't upset by it. They thought I might be. I'm not, because I've been thinking about it. It's not the greatest look, I guess. A little bit, but I think I spoke too much on here. So I'm going to stop doing that as best as I can, which is hard when it's... Anyway, I'm going to do my best, so that's something. And that's it. I don't know why that came out of me, but hey, whatever. You guys are my buddies, right? I can talk to you guys. Now, it goes out maybe to more people than I might know, but it's still... it's not something I'm ashamed of or anything, but yeah, I want to make a conscious effort to do that. Dixon, yeah. I mean, you know what? To get back to hockey, when you got your best player on your team, and you're going into the playoffs, and he does that kind of stuff, how are you going to win rounds when your best player on your team is soft like that and doesn't have the heart and the second effort to do, I don't know how you're going to win a series or more. Besides, it's choke time for the Leafs. It's coming up. Habs Scout was watching a couple of Leafs games. Like I said, I could be wrong with the new management, but if you look at their history, it's a no. But it's a new management. Maybe they don't care. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't care what they're offering. I don't want to talk to them about a deal for Sherratt or for Allen. Literally, if someone says, "Oh, it's the Leafs on line one," I pick up the phone and drop it back down on the cradle, and that's it. I want to hear from them. But that's me, and I have that bias. Like, okay. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Considering how bad that 10-game record thing was all season, to see it, and like it's been a few games too, 7-3-1, 7 whatever. But yeah, isn't it nice to see them like that? And they're still in last place, so it hasn't affected anything. And we're getting to see great hockey. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to finish off a lost season. That's how I'm going to put it. What do we got? 25 games, 24 games left? Andrew, I don't know if you're really... I imagine on paper... Well, I get what you're saying. The veterans and all that, they have history. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's... Seattle's team, they don't have a first or a second line, really. I mean, when you look at it, they don't really have a legit first or second line, so I don't know. They don't look great on anywhere. Ronnie Kravitz, how's it going? And like first time I see you, welcome in. Great to see some new people in. I always like that. What's the trade value of Jake Allen? I mean, I think traditionally goalies don't really return what you might think, right? I hope for a first round, like a first round pick, but I don't know if you can get that alone for Allen. So you might have to throw in something. I'm hoping for something like that if they're moving him. A prospect of some kind, if not a first round pick, something like that. But in general, listen, goalies don't always return the best. But You got teams like the Leafs that kind of desperate for a goalie like Allen. You got teams going, so he might, like if you got 3 or 4 teams actually interested in Allen, you can get a bidding war going. You can get a first-round pick. So I'm hoping for that. Well, Andrew pretty much said what I mean, pretty much. Exactly, right? I don't want Toronto. I really don't want to hear it from Toronto, but I'm not making the deal, right? So I can't control that. If they do it, I hope that's the return. And anyways, if it's Toronto, it's not going to be a horrible first-round pick. So they're going to be what? 17th? 18th? Because they're going to be out early. So I don't know how that works, but they ain't going to be high up that list of, right? So it's going to be, half decent first round pick. Hey, Maritime Bulb. Let me scroll a little bit. So glad we get to see our Habs kick ass 2 days in a row. Habs win 4-2. Anderson has the first. Well, I think it's against the Flyers. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know that. I know they're not playing great, but you got to figure tonight. There's a good chance they'll kick some ass tonight. But yeah, it could be a good weekend, like a really good weekend. Yeah. Arturi sounds like our turkey. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. And that is Junkie's nickname for him. I get it. I didn't know that. I did not know that, so now I do. Reminded me of Kovalev holding his arm after a slash with no call. Yep. Everybody, and that's what they're all the talk on Twitter is exactly that. And what did Habs fans do about that? They gave shit. I mean, we gave shit to Kovalev for not, like, that's what the talk was. Man, he should have just kept playing, right? He gave up on it, and that's what Matthews did. And that's not the best player in the league that does that. And listen, Covey is a guy that, can be like that. So, but, Matthews was a hold. It wasn't even a slash on it. It was a hold. He held on to him a little bit. Fight through that. Skate through that. If the ref calls it, he calls it. If not, well, you prevent a goal, hopefully. But no, he gave up on it, let the goal go in, figuring he's getting the call. Prima donna pussy. Did I say that? I did not say that. It must be somebody else here. I don't see anybody. Voices. Is that in my head or you heard that? Phil, yeah, no problem. I saw your comment. Definitely. You listen, when I write my poetry, when I think of my subscribers, and I'm doing that in the video, you're the first person I think of. So, and you're not the only one that likes it, but believe me, you're the biggest supporter of that. So, yeah, I write a lot of stuff thinking, I gotta write a poem for Phil. So, yeah. And if I do get a book out, believe me, there'll be a dedication. How could I not? You're the biggest supporter of my poetry. Slinksy. Hey, Slinksy. Is that where the outdoor game? It's the Leafs game, eh? Yeah. Too bad. Listen, even though it's the Leafs game, it'll be fun. Who are they playing? I don't know even who they're playing. Hey, Habit Nation. Good luck tonight. Man, it's your team too. Andrew, you are the Stephen King of poets. I'm the Stephen King of poets. Wait, I don't know how to take that though. Like, because Stephen King is obviously that's horror. Are my poems horrific? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Maybe that's what you're saying. Rick, you have a favorite OHL team? No, I don't have a favorite OHL team. Hey, Jack. 4-2 Habs, Anderson. Am I a Laval Rockets fan? I'm not a Laval Rockets hater. I'm not an overtly, I don't follow them that much. So, but I'm, I want to see them do good, and I follow what I need to. Okay, wait. What is he not? Okay. Bay is not something. I'm not sure. Hamilton Bulldogs? No, I don't follow Hamilton Bulldogs. Yes, Ryan. What do you mean, Tucker? If he doesn't know, I don't know either. I know. I noticed the comment. God made MJ. How can it be bad? You talk about this? Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nicholas, how's it going? Do you detest the Leafs more than the Bruins as a rival? Absolutely, without a doubt, 100%. 100%, absolutely. Yeah, when I was a kid growing up here, Montreal and Toronto as cities in almost everything were big rivals. I grew up to hate Toronto just in general, not only because of the Leafs. So for me, yeah, it's the biggest rivalry. If if you want to go by like playoffs and all that in the last 30 years, it should be Boston, but for me, it's not. And that's cool. Boston's second, but still. Habs traded Plekanec to the Leafs for a former second pick, and a former third for 24 games of Plekanec on the fourth pairing, fourth line. It's a steal. Plus, he came back for free. Still, though, Plekanec, I mean, was not a big star at the time. I mean, he was at the end of his career. I don't count that as being something that helped them. So, sure, they make those kind of minor deals. They have. Not often, but they do. So, but not a big deal. Sending Sherrod, sending Allen, it's a pretty big deal compared to what they normally would do. So I don't know that they'll do that. This is a Habs shirt. See right here. Right there. That's Habs logo. Well, I can't. I'm looking at I should just look down, but my neck's bothering me today. I can't do it. I can't get. Anyways, that's that thing there in the center there over here. It's a Habs logo. This is it's for the diversity. It's yeah, the diversity program. All the everybody is welcome. That's the shirt is, but it's the Habs version of it. So yeah. So I am wearing a Habs shirt. Another reason why I put some weight on with all this garbage. Plus, with my knee, I'm not able to walk and do much, and they're not big enough. I don't feel comfortable in them. So it's another reason why. So there you go. I'm honest. I'm being honest. Being very honest. Yeah. And this one I got. This one's one size bigger. I have no. This is a double X. And the blue, my dad jokes one is also, it was the only one that they had that wasn't like 5X. It was a double X. That's why they're comfortable, and I'm wearing them. Yeah. And now I know about my knee that not much I can do as far as worry about making it worse. If I make it worse, then I get my knee changed quicker. I mean, so I'm hoping to do a little bit now that the weather's better or getting better. I'm going to hopefully do stuff so I can lose some weight because I'm not. I gained some weight sitting here and not able to walk. So yeah, I'm not happy. Anyway, it is what it is. How are we doing in time? I gotta go. I gotta go feed my animals. Sorry I didn't get to some comments. There's a lot of them there. I'm really sorry, guys, but it's I gotta feed my animals and get ready for the next game. I could have gone right to the game and wouldn't even know that I was doing that. So sorry again. Don't worry. Everybody's guess is registered, so you don't have to worry. If someone gets it, I'll just go over tomorrow and confirm and look at the chat as it plays. So don't worry about that. And that's it. Thanks everybody for watching the pregame show. I'll be back in 15 minutes for the hangout. And I don't know what else to say. That's it. Stay safe till then. 15 minutes. What kind of trouble can you get in 15 minutes? Who knows? Peace out, and I'll see you in that 15 minutes. Salut! Have a good one, everybody. See you soon. And if you don't come back, enjoy the game and enjoy the night, and we'll see you next time. How's that? Bye, everybody. I'll stop babbling now because I'll never get out of here.